Welcome to Tackle Talk Live, a program full of insight and information related to bass tournaments with a primary focus on Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. A show dedicated to making you a better bass fisherman with one-on-one interviews with winning anglers. Your host, Kevin Jean, Territory Manager for Sportco Marketing, who's no stranger to tournament success. An avid angler who understands how to compete at a high level. Daiwa and Camus Boats Pro Staffer, Steve Graff, a successful angler in his own right, who continues to pursue tournament-winning stringers. So, get ready to take notes from two knowledgeable anglers here on Tackle Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Tackle Talk Live. I'm Daiwa Pro Staffer Steve Graff, along with Territory Manager for Sportco Marketing down there in Lafayette, Louisiana, Kevin Jean. And Kevin, boy, we got a good show today, and we apologize for last week. A lot of us had a lot going on, wasn't able to do a show last week, but we'll do a little catch up today and look forward to what's going on this weekend. A lot going on right now, Kev.
Yeah, Steve. I mean, probably the biggest tournament of the year. Sealy Big Bass Splash over on Sam Rayburn getting kicked off this week. So, busy week, especially for all you guys over there in East Texas. And Steve, today we'll have none other than Mr. Cory Rambo come on the show. Probably the hottest angler, if not one of the hottest anglers, if not the hottest angler over on Sam Rayburn. They won Texas Team Trail. I think he got checked last weekend. He's coming off fourth place finish at Outlaw Outdoors. He's just there every weekend like he is every year. So thought it'd be good to have Cory come on. He always does a good job of breaking down Sam Rayburn and kind of getting everybody ready for the Big Bass Splash this weekend.
Yeah, but then again, looking for probably a huge turnout. The weather's supposed to be awesome this weekend. And I look for record numbers to show up at Sam Rayburn right there, Humphreys Pavilion. And
water level's going to affect it a little bit, Steve,
it will.
It should.
No, that's true. You're exactly right. That's probably going to play a role. And if the numbers aren't exceedingly high, it's going to be because probably low water level. But
right.
And if you are going, we encourage you, be careful. There are some hazards out there, but a lot of the people that are probably fishing this have probably been on the lake quite a bit anyway, so they probably kind of know what they're doing and where they're going. So, but anyway, also today we're going to wrap up the Fishers of Men Texas East Tournament that was on Toledo Bend. Huge bag of fish come in, 32 pounds plus. BASS Nation, Kevin's this weekend, April 22nd through the 24th. I'm sorry, is that next weekend? Is that right?
Yeah, that's next weekend.
Next weekend, and that's on Toledo Bend. May do a little preview of that. Kind of get a lot of guys interested in that. BASS, man, Kevin, they come down hard on another cheater.
They did.
This time though, we won't go into detail yet, but boy, they dropped the hammer on this guy. And wait till you hear what he was doing. It's crazy. Yeah. And we got Red Crest this week on Table Rock. I've had a chance to talk to Dustin Connell last week and visited with him.
They should be hitting it pretty good there, huh, Steve?
He was excited. He said, man, I think we're timing this really well. Justin Cooper talked to Justin the week before that about Table Rock, and they both said, man, we're probably hitting this thing at the right time. So it's probably peak of the spawn right there. And they're looking for, you're gonna have to catch them if you're gonna win Red Crest on Table Rock. So
shout out to Justin and his wife Anna. They just had their new little baby boy.
Yep.
So I know that he's got a lot going on, but man, I'm glad that they were able to have him. Everything went well, and then Justin can go off up to Red Crest, and it didn't happen. Last I talked to him, was a little nervous. It was going to be kind of Red Crest week, I'm glad, everything went well, had the baby boy, and now he's able to get on up to Red Crest and do what he needs to do.
And Mama and baby boy both doing very well. Everything came out fine. Everything was good. So congratulations to them. That's number 2 for them. And all right, we're going to take a quick break, recognize a few of our sponsors. When we come back, we got Cory Rambo. You're watching Tackle Talk Live.
A good marine dealer is hard to find, but a great dealer is even harder. But in Iowa, Louisiana, there's a marine dealer that falls into the great category. Power Implements Marine, South Louisiana's go-to dealer for all things related to the boating industry. A Minn Kota, Garmin, and Mercury dealer, guaranteeing you first-rate service in both sales and repair. A great selection of new and used boats to choose from, including Skeeter, G3, Ranger, Camus, and Go Devil. A knowledgeable staff that will treat you like family and are always willing to go the extra mile to ensure you walk out a happy customer. To see everything they have to offer, go to powerimplements.com or stop by 606 East Miller Street in Iowa, Louisiana. Plus, mention Tackle Talk Live and save $500 off a new or pre-owned boat or $50 off your first service ticket. Toledo Health is a full-service primary and acute care clinic. Nurse practitioners Jarrett Rule and Melissa Vines bring quality health care that's needed and convenient to the area. Nothing is worse than being sick on your family or fishing getaway. Whether it's a stomach virus or a hook in the hand, Toledo Healthcare will try and meet all your health care needs. Appointments available and walk-ins are always welcome. So the next time you're feeling down at Toledo Bend, stop by Toledo Healthcare, located on Highway 6 just south of Toledo Town, or call 318-508-5323. Very few stores are a complete one-stop shop, but Cypress Knee Outdoors is such a place. A store within a store. Cypress Knee is located inside 3J's four-way. Whether you need gas, food, drinks, or bait and tackle, they have it. Cypress Knee Outdoors carries top-name fishing brands like Strike King, Sandtone, Spro, and V&M. Crappie jigs from Bobby Garland. Need hunting gear? They have it. Ammunition from rifle to shotgun shells. Deer scents from Buck Wild and Doe and Heat. Deer stands from Titan and feeders from T-Hanger. Cypress Knee has it all. Located off I-49, exit 127, just south of Natchitoches, Louisiana. So stop by Cypress Knee Outdoors and let John Abram and his staff show you everything they have to offer. Or give them a call at 318-238-HUNT. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
This is Tackle Talk Live. We appreciate you tuning us in today. This segment presented by the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches, Toledo Health Clinic, Cypress Knee Outdoors, Shimano, and Power Implements Marine, as well as Lost Frontier Park over there on Toledo Bend, just as you cross Carice Creek on the Texas side. Lost Frontier Park's on your right. All right, on the Tackle Talk hotline, we've got the man, and I mean the man, Kevin. We have the guy, Cory Rambo, and Cory Rambo Outdoors. And Cory, man, welcome. We appreciate you taking time to join us today, and we got a lot to cover with you.
Man, I appreciate the opportunity, guys. We've been pretty successful here lately, and very grateful for it.
Yeah, Cory. I mean, pretty successful is an understatement. I know y'all got checks all year. You coming off winning the Texas Team Trail, which you guys won a boat, and I believe you still have it up for sale, correct?
Yes, sir. We have a certificate for a nitro. The certificate's for a Z18. You can upgrade that in any way you want. The value of it is $43,740, and we got it for sale right now. We're knocking $10,000 off that. So if you want $10,000 equity in a brand new boat that you get to order, let me know.
And Cory, real quick, people that have been living under a rock and don't know who y'all are, give us a little background. I mean, off the air, you were just telling us the success y'all had. Go over that again, because that's pretty astonishing, and it gives you a lot of credibility.
So me and Rusty teamed up. This is our 21st year to fish together, which is a lot of people ain't been married that long. So
Right.
it's
That's hard to do.
That's really cool. We have a great relationship from the get-go. 21 years ago when we decided to start fishing together, we've had a lot of success. Between the two of us, I won 3 boats prior to me and Rusty fishing together, and Rusty had won 7 boats prior to us fishing together. So that's 10 boats. And then since we've been fishing together, we've won 10 boats. So between the two of us, we've won 20 boats. And in that 21 years, we've actually won together 20 Angler of the Year titles.
That's insane. Kevin, that may be the best combination of winning I've heard on
Well,
any
for
team.
that long, I don't know of
Yeah.
anybody that has fished together 20 plus years.
Yeah. I mean, Price and Elshot, forever. They were that kind of team.
Harold and Glenn went at it for a while, but not 20 years. Daryl and I was at it for 10. But nobody does it for that long and have the success that Cory and Rusty has had, no doubt. But Steve, that's why we got him on today. Biggest tournament of the year coming up on Sam Rayburn, Cory. Man, kind of give us a little breakdown. You're coming off a 4th place finish in the Outlaw Outdoors tournament this past weekend with 23 pounds. Man, let's get a little fishing report for these guys, everybody that's coming over to fish Rayburn this weekend.
So like this time of the year, I really focus on the fish that are done. I don't try to. I'm not a sight fisherman. I'm most of the time I'm a shallow water guy. But this time of the year, after them fish get done spawning, they get out and start chasing shad. They're trying to get their self back in order as far as weight and eat up, and they do eat really good this time of the year. So I focus more on main lake type stuff. And just like fishing the banks, it's always going to be a point or a drain. A lot of times them fish just sit out in those drains and wait till they get hungry. And when they start feeding, they move up on the point and chase that shad up there. So you can target them fish in both ways. You can fish down the bank. I've been keeping my boat out and, 20, 15 foot, sometimes a little bit shallower, depends on what the fish doing. The biggest thing is keeping that, your 90% of fishing is between your ears.
Yeah.
And you've got to stay ready and stay focused and stay fishing all day. Saturday in that tournament, it would have been very easy for us to get down and out. At 11:30, we had 12 pounds. So we pulled up to a spot, caught a 7-pounder, then turn around and caught a 3-pounder. Well, that gave us a little bit of momentum right there. We figure, okay, now we're in check territory. I didn't know they were going to catch them as good as they did Saturday.
Yeah.
That really surprised me. But then we moved again, went to another spot, caught a 4-pounder, went to another spot, caught a 3.5-pounder. Right at the end of the day, Will was fishing with me, which is one of my friends, and he caught a 5.5-pounder right at the end of the day. So we called every fish we had from 11:30 to 3 o'clock. So it'd been easy for a lot of guys to give up and go put it on the trailer at having 12 pounds at lunch,
Right.
Yeah.
What area of the lake right now, Cory, is holding the best grass? Because I know a lot of guys are going to be looking for grass over there. Where are the best places to focus on for grass?
Well, with the lake rising very slowly like it is doing, is allowing the grass to grow. So most of your grass is, I would say, Five Fingers, Norris, Coleman, Veach, Caney. That's where I've seen the best grass on the lake. If the lake continues to grow, rise slowly, where it doesn't get all mudded up real bad, I feel like the grass is going to grow really good this year. I've got my fingers crossed. I love fishing grass.
Yeah. As it comes up, you could only think that surely that grass, as the water comes up, that grass is just going to get better.
Right.
Cory, what you can tell us, and I don't anything you don't want to tell us, I completely understand, but what you can tell us late in the day, when y'all caught those bigger fish, or kind of bait or technique or something you can tell us on how y'all caught y'all's bigger fish later in the day.
Man, I keep it very simple. Like this weekend, I had 3 rods on my deck. At Texas Team Trail, I had 3 rods on my deck. Very simple. I got confidence in the 3 techniques that I use, which I will tell you, I'm an open book. I know that everybody tunes in to Tackle Tip Tuesdays on the Rambo Outdoor page. I'm really an open book. I got a Carolina rig this time of year. I got a crankbait this time of year, and I got a football jig.
Yeah.
I mean, that is my go-to. Whether I'm sitting in 20 foot of water or 5 foot of water, that's the 3 baits that I'm throwing for these post-spawn fish. I keep a Carolina rig on, whether it's a 6 cents plush or a hog walla or whatever. I'm not sold on any particular color. And anything in the green pumpkin if it's cloudy and windy, anything in a watermelon color if it's bright sunny. That's just kind of what I do. I reach in the box and grab one. It doesn't really matter to me. I feel like if you got the right presentation and you're throwing it where they live, they're going to eat it if they're hungry. Crankbait, I really throw one crankbait. I throw a 300 DD. Mm-hmm. And whether I'm throwing it in 6 foot of water or 20 foot of water, that's the bait I got confidence in. Every now and then, if I feel like I'm over the top of the fish and I'm not getting down to them, I'll throw the 400 DD. And football jig, plain and simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cory, in this kind of event, is forward-facing sonar, is it a huge advantage for a big bass tournament?
And in my opinion, it's the topic with buzz. Everybody's talking about it. In this a big bass tournament, in my opinion, it will definitely. I'm willing to bet 80% of the checks will be called forward facing. I mean, wow. You got so many people that this technology's been out for 5 years now, and these guys have gotten good with it. And for me, I can't compete with it. I'm just an old dinosaur that just, I can 20 pound them to death. But 30-pound stringers are hard to come by. But it's not hard to come by when you just put your boat in and you get to look around and say, oh, there's an 8-pounder. Oh, there's a 5-pounder. You don't. I actually had a guy tell me a story this past weekend that blew my mind. So that they were fishing, and I don't know. I didn't even ask what bait they were throwing. Don't know if it was a jerk bait or what they were doing, but they were scoping, and this was actually this story was for the Texas Team Trail, and he said that there was 2 fish on the screen, one little one, one big one, and they actually pulled the bait away from the little one, so the big one had a chance to get it and caught it, and it was like an 8-pounder.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like how, I mean, without that technology,
yeah,
that guy had never been able to do that type stuff. You can't go. These guys are so good that they can look at this stuff, say, "Oh, that's a 5-pounder. Yeah. Oh, that's a 10-pounder." I mean, and they're able to stay with that fish and make them bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing about this weekend, Cory, is, that allows you to get off the bank a little bit, especially, man, Sam Rayburn's going to fish very, very small this weekend, as it has all year. And I think that forward-face sonar is going to allow some guys to fish for some fish that are not getting fished for, or not getting a bait thrown on top of their head every 5 minutes.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit more about. Go ahead.
They're going to be able to get out in the middle of the lake in the timber and scope out there where, there ain't nobody around. It's a huge advantage. And my hat's off to the guys that are good at it. I've had it on my boat 2 years before this one, and I felt like all it does is mess me up because I'm the guy that throw at a spider stump for 8 hours just waiting for 5 fish to move up there. I'm just a simple fisherman. Where these guys are man, they're on top of their game, and they're good. They're really good at it. So, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but this year me and Rusty both talked about it. If we can't compete against scope, now we did win the Texas Team Trail, but that kind of played in our hands. We knew where the fish would be and what they were doing. And this is our third time to win that tournament. So we felt confident in it. It's why we signed up last minute.
Right.
But all the other tournaments we fished this year, we just kind of decided that we're just going to fish non-scope tournaments.
Right. Right. Well, and that's how y'all fish, you know. Let's jump into a little bit about Rayburn and the water levels right now. I mean, it's going to fish very, very small. And for these guys fishing the Sealy, that, you know, a lot of these guys, Cory, this is the only tournament they're going to fish all year. And you think it's still best case scenario here, those outer points, keeping your boat out there in 20 foot of water or so, but you're throwing up, 10, 12 foot. I'm assuming also, correct?
Oh, I'm definitely throwing 10, 12 foot and sometimes even shallower than that. You just kind of got to feel around and the fish are that, like I said, they're moving out, they're moving up. They're all over the place. You can catch one cast and throw it out in 15 foot and you might catch the next one in 5 foot.
Right.
But you just kind of got to fill it out because they're moving all day long. One of the big things about the water level, like you're saying, is the safety of everybody. You have a lot of boats on the water. I feel right now the lake is very safe for the simple fact that you can see the timber.
Correct.
You can see the timber everywhere. It's exposed. You can see where you can run and where you can't run. The only thing that I would highly suggest everybody is to have a good mapping system on their boat. And when they're running, put your depth finder on full map so you can see what's coming. You got to know where the ridges are. There is ridges out there that's 6 inches under the water, and some of them exposed that you can run up on ridges. So if everybody will put their map on full map when they're running their boat and have it zoomed in at 1 mile or 500 feet, that way they don't get in a bind and get on top of those those ridges.
Right. Very good advice. Very good advice.
No, very true. Cory, the one good thing about for the non-scopers fishing the Sealy, especially this time of year, it's always in May. There's a lot going on, especially a lot going on up shallow, which I'm assuming there's a little bit of a shad spawn going on. Yes,
sir. There is a shad spawn going on, and you can capitalize on that.
Right.
And you don't have to have no scope to catch them on shad spawn. So
correct. Yeah.
A lot of times most of the something. So you have to kind of approach this tournament a little bit different, right? Because you need a big fish. Yeah. So like big glide baits, big swim baits. Just big baits in general get big bites. 10-inch worms. The bodega, the big bodega would be a prime bait. You can fish that on like a wobble head, and so you kind of have a crankbait feel plus a football jig kind of all in one with that big bodega on a wobble head. So you want to fish 4 big fish in this tournament.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Good advice. Cory, will there be a double-digit bass brought in this weekend?
I believe so. I mean, and Rayburn's just got them in there. It's not as healthy as Toledo is right now, but I feel like there's spawned out fish in there that weigh 11 pounds. I mean, I feel like 10, 11 pounders what it's going to take to win. It's what it takes to win it every year. There has been a few years where not, but I feel like the lake's a little ahead of where it is normally at this time.
Yeah.
I think we're a month ahead. We've had 2 weeks of cold weather all year long.
Yeah. No, all the lakes the lakes are several weeks ahead. And that's all for all of our lakes over here in Louisiana and East Texas too. Everything's at least 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks ahead for sure. So well, Cory, man, I appreciate you coming on and kind of breaking it down. That's what we wanted to do is kind of give everybody a heads up of what's going on, kind of what baits have been working, and you've been the hottest stick on Rayburn. So we wanted to get you on to kind of kind of get everybody pointed in the right direction. So, man, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man.
Not a problem. I really appreciate the opportunity to help everybody out. Man, I get a lot of times people message me on Facebook and on the store page, and I'm an open book. I want everybody to be successful, and anybody's got any questions, you feel free to ask. I mean, I feel like I tell the truth, you know. You know, that's not always the case in fishing. There's always those fishing tales, but you know, I might not tell you the waypoint I'm sitting on, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, you know?
Yep. Good deal.
Yep. Thank you, Cory. Appreciate it,
Thanks,
buddy.
Cory, man. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a great day.
All right. All right, Cory did a good job there. Gave us some good details.
Yeah.
If you're headed that way, it kind of gives you an idea of what maybe you need to tie on, what technique you may want to consider. Of course, we both know Rayburn is always been a good Carolina rig lake. And there's another bait that I've recommended to people year after year. And I've had people call me back and said, man, thank you. That really came in handy. White swim jig.
Yes.
This time of year.
I was going to go there. See, even a bluegill colored swim jig, but there are several baits that you could tie on and go with, and that's what I was kind of getting at with Cory, man.
Right.
You're talking about April on Sam Rayburn. Go fish how you want to fish. However you feel like you can catch a big fish on Sam Rayburn, go do it. If it's scoping all day long, go do it. You can go throw a topwater all day long. You can go throw a swim jig all day long. You go throw a Carolina rig or crankbait all day long. Just stay in the right water you want to do it. But that's the one good thing about it being in April. You can, whatever you have confidence in, you can pretty much go do that.
Yep. You're exactly right. All right. We're going to take one more break. We come back. We're still to come. We've got Fishers of Men, Texas East results. We got the Richard PCI results from Rayburn last week. We got lake level reports, upcoming tournaments, and we've got a couple of hot topics we'll talk about. You're watching Tackle Talk Live. We'll be right back.
The Lakes Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency taking care of Texans' insurance needs for over 25 years, offering auto, homeowners, boat, RV, life, health, and commercial insurance. Owner Clark Moore is a local fishing guide and tournament angler who understands your insurance needs and wants to be your go-to guide for all your insurance needs. For a free quote, give him a call and see why so many Texans trust the Lake Insurance Agency. 2 locations to serve you in both Nacogdoches and Bravos, Texas, or give him a call at 936-205-4467. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back to final segment of this week's Tackle Talk Live. This segment presented by the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches. 2 locations, one in Nacogdoches and one in Bravos, Texas. Whether you need boat, auto, home, you got a camp over there you need insured, hey, they can help you. Toledo Health Clinic, not feeling good? Stop by and let Toledo Health Clinic get you to feeling well, get you the shot, whatever you need, or get that hook out of your hand. Cypress Knee Outdoors, John Abraham and the gang down there have done a tremendous job of stocking everything from Bobby Garland crappie jigs to V&M, all your bass tackle, your top name brands, V&M, Santone, they got it all. Shimano, Kevin's very familiar with Shimano. Power Implements Marine, located in Iowa, Louisiana. If you walk in the door, Kevin, and you're looking to buy a new boat, or hey, maybe you need some service work, if you say one thing, it'll get you a discount.
Yeah, you just got to mention Tackle Talk Live, Steve, and it will save you $500 off the purchase of a new or used boat, or it'll save you $50 off your service ticket. So make sure and tell them you heard about them on Tackle Talk Live. Just mention Tackle Talk Live some way. Save you some money over there at Power Olympics Marine. Steve, I was there last week, and they were unloading boats left and right. They got some boats coming in, some really good-looking boats. Got Vexus on the lot, got the fiberglass and the aluminum boats on the lot. So you need to go by and check out Power Implements Marine.
All right. Also, Lost Frontier Park, located right there on Carice Creek on Toledo Bend on the Texas side. Looking for a great place to stay, RV campground. They got cabins, great restaurant. Got some live entertainment there on Friday and Saturday nights. Just a great place to stay. And their beach part with the cabanas is open again. All that's ready to go. And they got a 3-ramp boat ramp right there, 3-launch boat ramp that you can launch 3 boats at one time. Right there in the park. Great place to stay. Check it out. Lost Frontier Park right there on Toledo Bend. All right, Kevin. Richard, PCI tournament results from Rayburn.
Yes, sir. The Outlaw Outdoors, Richard PCI. I mean, let's see. So we got Braden Mercer and Lane Mercer was first place with 31.53, Steve, with a 9.04 big fish. That was big fish of the tournament as well. Second place, Corey Chesser, Tommy Stovall had 24.35. Third place, Lewin Eastley, Josh Horton had 24.92. Fourth place, Cory Rambo and Will Tawney, 23.03. Fifth place, Bryce Rambo and Chris Phillips had 22.94. Looking all the way down, Steve, the last place check was 15th place, Paul Proctor, Mike Richard with 16.09 was the last place check.
All right. And I've got the results from the Fishers of Men, and they hammered them over there. They had a great turnout, great tournament. McGuire Parker and Nicholas Wadsworth, they won this event with 32.53. They had a 963 kicker. Second place, fishing by himself, was Jace Lindsay. He had 30.38. Riley Harris and Zachary Freeze, they came in third with 26.91. Aaron Renda and Stephen Retzel, they came in fourth with 23.41. Cameron Roan, Casey Burley, they came in fifth with 22.2. Robert Moore, Anthony Clemens was sixth with 21.78. Billy Parker and Zane Parker came in seventh with 21.31. Ethan Howe, Evan Howe came in eighth with 20.39. Randy Despino, Kevin Lazione were ninth with 20.27. And ran out the top 10, Andre Martin and TJ Goodwin with 19.93. So really to make the top 10, you needed over 19, right at 20 pounds to make the top 10 on that particular event. And they had total, looking down the list here, 102 teams showed up for that event. So they're still busting 100 for the Fishers of Men, even this far into their season.
That's awesome.
Which is, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
You can't beat that.
I really like the payout structure they did, Steve. The option of forward-face sonar or not. Yeah. And then the non-forward-facing sonar gets the I think it's 3,000, whether or not, whoever's the top finishing non-forward-facing sonar. I really like what they did there. At first, I kind of thought it was iffy, but I think I like it. I really do. But real quick, Steve, the Bass Champs Mega Bass Tournament this weekend at Lake Fork. Overall winner was Kirk Folse from Chauvin, Louisiana. Had a 10.76. Won him a brand new Skeeter ZX200. The smallest under was, the largest under was 2.94. Justin Williams from Temple, Texas. Won him a Kubota Sidekick. There was 6 9-pounders weighed in. Wow. One from Tater Reynolds right there in Florine, Louisiana. Oh yeah. He had a 9.61, won him $15,000. Wow. So yeah, they caught him pretty good over there at Lake Fork this past weekend. Yeah. Several, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 overs.
And that was Bass Champs?
Correct. Well, the Mega Bass tournament, the Mega Bass tournament. Okay. And one last result, Steve, the Lobie, the Louisiana Ullmans this past weekend on Toledo Bend. Ronnie Madul and his wife Gill Madul won it with 40.86 in 2 days. Wow. Jeremy Royer and Cassidy Dispo had 37.06 for 2 days. They had a great turnout. Lots of weights turned in. But yeah, Ronnie and Jill Madul won the tournament.
Yeah. All right. Good deal. Kevin, your opinion on BASS? They've just banned this Japanese angler for life. Which I'm proud. I'm proud that BASS came down hard on this guy. For those of you who don't know the story, this was an angler that was taking air tags, the little Apple air tags that you can track your phone, you can track your billfold, your car keys, you can attach it to your suitcase so you can track where your suitcase is going on a vacation. He was putting these in an angler's boat. Other anglers that were fishing a tournament, they were considered, I guess he was just following people. He was plotting their routes. And I've gotten wind from another guy that fishing another high level circuit that's told me that there are guys that he's known for a fact that have put air tags in guide boats and followed these guides around, on their phone where they're fishing and plotting and marking their spots and then going back and fishing them later. Dude, we've taken cheating to a whole nother level now, Kev.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Steve, we are. It's ridiculous. I was glad to see Bass's banned for life.
Yeah.
I mean, as it should be. I mean, when you take it to that level, you should never be able to fish a tournament again.
Yeah. Unless he changes his name, he's done here in the United States. Done. He might as well go back to Japan.
And hopefully done over there too.
When
you take it to that level, and look, I understand people, this is their life list to make a living, but that's your choice also. If you're not good enough to compete without having to do that, you don't need to be making a living doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Steve, I thought it was a great decision on Bass. Banned for life. Never ever again will you fish a tournament.
And when you think about it, Kevin, with the technology we have now with live scope and everything else that's available to you, and you still having to cheat, come on, man, you're in the wrong sport.
Yeah,
but all right, Red Crest coming up, Table Rock, big week this week for Red Crest. Can Dustin Connell win a fourth? And Kevin, let me ask you this: is it good for fishing for one guy to win as much as Dustin's winning the Red Crest? Is that good for the Red Crest?
It's good for Dustin Connell.
Definitely good for Dustin Connell.
I personally don't think it's good for MLF because in every sport they want to see other people win. That's why every year, like the Dodgers are hated like they are. Right now, the Dodgers in the sport, that's why the Golden State Warriors were hated like they were.
Yeah.
A couple years ago in basketball, and we can go down the road there. But
40 years ago, the Cowboys were like that.
Yeah.
40 years ago.
A little bit, Steve. But anyway, no, I think it needs to be, just for MLF purposes, it needs to be split up a little bit. But look, Dustin Connell ain't gonna make it easy on anybody. I can promise you that.
No, and he's excited. He said, "Man, I ain't been excited about a tournament like this in a while." And then Jacob Wheeler's still trying to win his first. As much as he dominated the MLF series, he's still looking for that first win. And Jacob's another one. He's on a mission right now, and he's pretty hot. He's fishing well right now.
Yeah, like I said, Steve, it's setting up pretty well. Table Rock is setting up. I think they're going to be able to catch them. I think they're going to be able to catch them lots of ways.
Yeah. All right, upcoming tournaments. April 17th to the 19th, again, that's this week. Bob Seeley Big Bass Splash taking place at Sam Rayburn. April 18th, Bass Champs is on Ray Roberts. Also, April 18th, Fishers of Men Northeast Texas is on Lake of the Pines. April 22nd to the 24th, Bass Nation, Kevin, coming to Toledo Bend this coming week, next weekend. So thoughts on that? I mean, what's the numbers they're looking at probably in participation on that?
Pretty good, Steve. I got a few friends of mine that are fishing it. It'll be a lot of boats. They're off limits right now. But it's going to be a good tournament. It's going to be an interesting tournament. You're going to have a lot of guys. Forward-face sonar is going to rule that tournament, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's going to take the right fish, to win it. I think it's going to take some really good weights, especially with those type of anglers. So I'm anxious to see what it takes for that one.
Right. All right. Well, we got the rest of the month, 25th.
Sorry here. I was still looking at results. Here we go. April 25th, Outlaw Team Series number 3 over at Sam Rayburn. And then the 23rd through the 25th, Bassmaster Open on Grand Lake NPFL stop number 2 is also that same weekend at Wright Patman over in Texarkana. And then the lead out.
Okay, that may be moved. They're looking to go to Merval due to low water level. I sent a message to NPFL director the other day, and he sent me a message back that they're looking to move that tournament to Merval.
Correct.
So, but anyway,
but yeah, Sealy this weekend, Steve. It's I think it's going to take a 10. I think it's going to take a 10.
I would agree. I would agree.
Then May 1st, don't forget I think it's May 1st and 2nd. The Southern Bass Club SBCA has the Elite 8 tournament coming up. So make sure you get registered for that event coming up. That'll be a good one.
And starting next week, we'll get into May. Right now, we just through the end of April. So, but anyhow, lake levels real quick. I know we got to get out of here. Let's see here. Toledo Bend is still 3, but Toledo Bend jumped up 2.16 inches over a 10-day period. It's 3 feet low, a little over 3 feet low. Sam Rayburn is had a jump of 1.08 10-day gain, and it's still a little over 8 feet low. Here's the big one though. Lake of the Pines, it jumped up 7.32 inches in 10 days, and it's now only 1.56 feet low. And I'm going over there at the end of this month. And so looking forward to a full lake over there, maybe get some water on some cypress trees over there. Lake Fork also had a 2.76 gain over 10 days, and it's still just a little over 2.8 feet low. So that kind of gives you an idea what's going on. All right, Kev, that's all I got.
Yeah, no, Steve, one thing I want to bring up for kind of Shimano, I mean, it's Jackal, but the Jackal, I'm the rep for Shimano. We do Jackal as well. I talked a little bit, Steve, about the Kyara frog a couple weeks ago, I believe. The Gavacho frog, guys, it's that time of year. These are 2 frogs you want to add to your arsenal. This is more of your popping frog, the Gavacho frog. This is more of your walking frog. I have started playing with these the last 2 years, and man, the hookup ratio is really good. It's got a really soft body. It has good action to it. But guys, these are, I don't get a chance to talk Jackal on here much, but these are 2 frogs you need to check out and add to your arsenal. I can't talk highly about them enough. I've really been impressed with both of these.
Good soft bodies on those.
Yes. Very good hookup ratio.
Yeah,
really is. Very
good
soft bodies. It's almost too soft.
I'll try a couple of those.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, good job. And
thanks. It does it for us this week, Steve. Good luck to everybody over at Sam Rayburn.
Yes.
Be careful. The water is low. You can see, but there's some you can't see. Be careful over there this weekend. It's going to be a packed house, no doubt.
Yep. Enjoy yourselves. Get out on the water and have a good time this weekend. Thank you for tuning us in. Please check us out on our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, whatever you listen to on podcasts. If you'd like to become a member of our sponsorship team, please message us on our Facebook page, and Kevin will make sure to send out a detailed packet directly to you. For Kevin Jean and yours truly, Steve Graff, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week with more Tackle Talk Live.